Hello. Hello, hello.
You're live on.
Hello. Hello, hello. Hello, everybody. Hello, friends. Hello, hello. Hello. I'll let you take this for a second just so I can bring you in. Hello. Hello. Hello, everybody. Bring Monica in here. Welcome. Are we up, Monica?
I'm about to get it.
Oh, there we go. Hello. So we are improvising right now. We are out here in beautiful Mansfield, Texas. Are we all hooked up?
We are all hooked up.
So we're in for a treat. Hello, Money Penny. Hello, Monica. Can you give her a little wave? So we are improvising. We are out here because we had some city meetings. We just left the city of Mansfield and we headed over to our 45-acre Castle Ranch site to walk the site. And I thought we would give a little stop and give you a little tour before it gets dark. So we're managing a lot. We've got 2 handhelds. This is sort of a new thing for us. We've got all this new equipment. So bear with us. So I can either hand you one of these or I can go rogue and turn them around
It's whatever you
and
want.
just start walking.
Whatever you want. Hi, Twitter ball.
Hello, Twitter people. So, hello, Andrea. Hello, hello. So, we are in the beautiful city of Mansfield. So, those that are unfamiliar, that is about an hour from Dallas. It is in between, kind of in between Fort Worth and Dallas, sort of like a triangle. And Wildcat has a property over here that we've been working on for several years that we assembled. It's a 45-acre site just adjacent to downtown. And we are working on a mixed use type site. And currently, we purchased the last piece of it just before the pandemic. And for the last several years, we've had a rancher who lives on the property and who ranches on the property, who has been here since shortly after I started, or shortly after I purchased the major portion of it. And in 23, we started working on a concept for it, which I'll share a little bit with you. But this is sort of going totally opposite ends of last week when I showed you the Purse building. You know, last week we toured the Purse building. We talked about the Dallas Convention Center, which was a $3.7 billion convention center. We talked about several billions of dollars of redevelopment happening. Hi, welcome. We talked about several billions of dollars of redevelopment happening around the Purse building, a adaptive reuse project on downtown Elm Street in Dallas. We went to the roof. And, you know, you saw the urban city. You saw all the activity and hustle bustle of downtown Dallas. Well, now, here we are on the other edge of the spectrum. We are in the suburb of a city that is experiencing a lot of growth. And they also are pro, I would say, a certain level of urbanism, but their idea of urbanism is very different of what you would consider a downtown Dallas urbanism. They still want things like walkability and trails and community and access to downtown and certain amenities, but on a much lower density, larger lots, and certainly much more spread out. Hello! Hello from Plymouth, UK. Welcome. Thank you for joining us. So today I'm giving you a little tour of this property, which will be in the future a combination of, I think I'm getting a little too far away from you, which would be a combination of retail, multifamily, some single family, but much lower density than what you would find in a city like Dallas or downtown. So I'm going to attempt to go on a little walk. So let's do a little turnaround here, Monica. We got Monica. There we go. And there we go. So here we are. So I'm going to wander a little bit. If I start to get low connection, Monica,
I'm coming.
I'll circle around. So those who are joining us, you'll see I've got my work boots on. You can see I came prepared with my work boots. So this is a stock pond, and this is the area we just sort of drove down. So let's see where I can take you. So meanwhile, I'm just going to kind of chat as I move around the property, and then we're going to hop in the car and go on a little field trip. I'm going to move fast, Monica. If I start to lose you, I'll slow down. So we got a little resident little horse stuff there. So the rancher, really interesting story. Bud, unfortunately, we missed him today. We're going to come back and see him probably sometime next week. Bud, we love us some Bud. So Bud, interesting story. He was the first African-American man to win the National Calf Roping Championship at the National Rodeo. He is a national rodeo champion. Big deal in this city. Big deal. And he grew up in this area, moved back to the area. He now trains other rodeo riders, rodeo ropers, rodeo champions that come from all over the world, all over the state. Has these horses. He's got barrels. And for the last, 18 years, he's lived and worked on the property to man the property. Oh, hello, Mr. Donkey. Hello there. Keep it safe. Keep it maintained. Hello there, little guy. Hello. We love us some Bud. So Bud has taken wonderful care of this property. Look at the horses. Aren't they beautiful? Bud also has an incredible steer that recently went missing. So we are looking for that steer. we have the city who has been on the property doing some work as we prepare for a future new easement, sanitary sewer, water, utilities that will be coming through the property, along with a future road, bridge. The city is going to be building a $15+ million bridge that is going to come from that access there through here and through the other side. So we are having a big conversation because I have not been super thrilled about that road and the impact that has on both Bud, as you can see he lives here, and or that impact on this project. But that road and that bridge is proposed to come through here. All the new utilities, sanitary sewer, utilities, water, will go through the center of the property. And we will be preparing the property for redevelopment. So the property is kind of parceled into two sections. There's an east and a west section, and the property borders up to a major road in the city of Mansfield called Broad Street. And Broad Street, you can kind of see it down along the frontage there, goes east-west. And Broad Street, as it goes west, oh, hello there, Mr. Horse. As it goes west, it will eventually feed into a road that will feed into Fort Worth and feed into Hewlin. So there is a lot of growth happening on this west side of town that we are working to take advantage of and help support and build some good projects that are going to be beneficial to the community on this side of town. So, any rate, so Bud was supposed to join us today, and he got a last-minute call this morning that he sold some fancy horse, and he had to deliver the horse by this evening. So he jumped in his trailer and took off across the state to deliver that horse. So we're probably going to come back someday next week and have a proper conversation with Bud because he's so incredibly interesting. But he operates this farm called the Bud Ford Farm. And the last couple years, this farm has actually been on the historical route for the city during their historic days. And it's not specifically that this property was historic because of the Bud Ford Farm, but Bud grew up in the area, and his previous farm, the city determined that he could no longer operate off of that land, that it was not large enough. So he relocated everything to this land. And hence this became the Bud Ford Farm. So he is quite the cowboy. So now we're walking over to the eastern portion of the property. So over the course of the last 2 years, we evaluated what we felt the best use of this property was. And during that period, thorns. Oh, hold on, gotta go under. We determined that the best use, be careful of the thorns, Monica. We determined that the best use, you go around to the left. was a concept that incorporated trails, parkland, residential, retail. There is a brand new dog park just adjacent to us that the city built maybe a couple years ago called Man's Best Friend. The taxpayers approved as part of their bond an extension of the city trail that will connect to this property at the back of the property, and the residential population on this development called Castle Ranch will have connectivity to that trail. So you will be able to walk out of your home and essentially get on a trail that will connect all over the city. Pretty incredible. So along with the trail, there's a park directly across the street. There will be retail along the frontage. And you are within minutes from major interstate to go to Dallas, to go to Fort Worth, and to go to the Dallas-Fort Worth International Airport. So this total size is around 45 acres. And what I love about this property is you are in the city limits. You have all the advantages of being in the city. Brand new city water, sewer, brand new roads, which they're about to build, school, hospitals. But what's so rare about this property is all of the natural terrain. You have pecan trees, walnut trees, vegetation. You back up to this incredible greenery at the back, and the trail system will go along this greenery. So you feel like you're in the middle of the country, and listen how quiet it is. But you're in really quite fabulous. Fabulous. So I have been working on this project for 18 years. You know, you hear about all the success stories. You hear people talk about all the wins. What you don't hear about is how long these things take. I bought the first piece in 2006. I bought the last piece, which was a major piece because it was the original homestead, in 2019. And now we're finally in a position where it's ready to begin the process. So 2023, we started working with the city. We hired our architect. We brought in our engineer. We brought in our planner. And we started studying what the best use was. We did a blitz across Atlanta, across the Carolinas, and we started studying. And that's how we came up with our concept. So I'm going to share with you a little bit about our concept. Let me let Monica here catch up to me. I'm going to have her push my hair out of my face and turn this baby around. All right, let's turn these suckers around. Hello. Hello. I wish I could give you all a few waves. Okay. So I'm going to show you some of the little plans here. So if you want to come on over, I'm going to give you one of these. Any questions? Is this interesting, or does it seem like I'm just showing you lots and lots of dirt? You know, it's hard to see the visual. Am I walking with lots and lots of dirt? Here, let me hand you this. Hold this like this. And I'm going to show you some plans. So I got the car popped open here. I'm going to show you some plans, and then we're going to give you a little drive around. How does that sound? How many people do we have on? I'm going to give people a few waves. Who do we have on here? Oh, we have Stephen McCleary, blast from the past. Hello, hello. Hello, give a few little waves. Hello, welcome. My hands were tied up here with, hello, with trying to balance multiple contraptions. So, this is what we got. We've got, I'll have you take this one. See if you can balance both of these. Oh, keep holding it straight. Okay, we're going rogue here. We've got a concept called Castle Ranch right here. So, this concept is evolving. This property is evolving. When we started this process 15 years ago, we were working with the city on a major road project that fronted this property. And at that time, the city was widening the road. There were pretty new utilities along that road, and we worked with the city, we worked with TxDOT, and essentially took our plans at that time and dumped them or utilized them with the road to put in place hookups, to put in place access, to put in place median, turn lane. Well, an area like this, like this city, tremendous amount of growth, like a lot of Texas. And the use of the land continued to grow and outpace, the value outpaced that use. So you flash forward to 2023, and we started reevaluating. So we took inspiration from projects across the country that utilized their trails, utilized nature, utilized a sense of community, utilized urbanism, and the sense of experience, and started designing what we felt would be a great project for both Mansfield, for this side of town. And we started coming up with our inspiration, which looked something like trails, something like this. It looked something like mosquitoes are coming out. Recreation, where the park area in the back, having the amenity and the green space for families and community members to utilize that open area. We took inspiration from the historic downtown that is accessible, from the trails and from the new sidewalks along the frontage, about a mile from this property that you can walk to, bike to, both at the back and at the front. And that's how we came up with Castle Ranch. From there, we looked across the country at sites that we felt were sites that were comparable. This is a site that we visited in Atlanta called Trilith. We went and we visited a wonderful architect by the name of Lou Oliver. And Trilith had mixed type of product that consisted of townhomes, multifamily, retail, movie studios, cottages, micro homes, estate homes. Each block or each small division designed by a different architect or by a different, builder, each having a little bit different type of look, a different type of design. Dedicated trails, dedicated pedestrian walks and paths. This is Manchester, another example. This is the Wheeler District. In Oklahoma. Not as green, not as lush, more open, but still very walkable. A lot of pedestrian pathways. And we started building our product type, consisting of townhomes, cottages, live, work, play, some multifamily. And from there, we created our site. You can see the park directly across the street. You can see the dog park just adjacent. And you can see the 50-mile radius going towards downtown and all the interstates. And then finally, you see the trail at the back and the green space with the pathways going throughout the development. Now, I'm not going to show you the final plans because those are changing. We submitted plans, I guess, almost 2 years ago, but there have been some changes with some of the direction with the city. So we are in the process of revisiting how some of this looks, but we are going to take you along on that process. We are in a new stage of transparency where it is my belief that as a city, as a state, we have so much development and so much investment coming to our city and to North Texas that it's no longer locals. It's global. And trying to tell a story or trying to tell a vision or trying to communicate through words or through a caption or through a post is so difficult. It's visual. So about 2 weeks ago, we said, you know what, we're going to take this on the road. We're not the most technically advanced, although we're getting better and better as we do more of these. We're going to start sharing, whether that's a project like the Purse building, that's an adaptive reuse property that we put up for sale a few weeks ago, whether it is a ground up development site, a block that Wildcat owns, 1823 Katy Street in downtown Dallas, a few blocks from the new $4 billion convention center, whether that's the 45-acre mixed-use site in Mansfield, Texas that we are developing, and we are going to be looking for home builders and looking for partners, investors, and people to be involved, groups to be involved with the multifamily, looking for tenants and users for our retail that we're developing, whether it's brokers bringing us tenants, whether it's business owners wanting to be a tenant, whether you're wanting to enter this market. Being more public and being more visual so we can tell the story and you can see it, because seeing it helps show the vision. So it's starting to get a little dark. We're going to hop in the car and we're going to end this with a little drive around. Next time we're out here, I want to take you a little bit through the route, just a few blocks from downtown, so you can physically see it from the road, because this is such a big property. And share a little bit with the story of Bud. So let's hop in the car. Does anybody have any questions for me about Castle Ranch and about this property in Mansfield? Bring us some tenants. Do you know a grocery store? Do you know a coffee shop? Do you know builders? Do you know lending? Do you know folks interested in investing in Dallas? Ooh, the hair's looking a little crazy. Okay, let's take this show on the road. Monica. Okay, we're going to pop this little circle around. Boop. Boop. Okay, I'm going to hand these to you. You can face them to me and the property. Let me find my keys. Okay, can you see me? Woo! Let's go. Oh, I'll let you hop in and then I'll close the door. All right, all right. Woo. I'll let you hop in. I mean, is this rogue or what? Is this rogue or what? I mean, they say they like it raw. You can't get more raw than this.
Oh, Lord.
Are you in? You in? Okay, Monica. So, here we go. So all these people who think that I'm some big city girl, I like to tell people, I was trained this way. I grew up active in 4-H, president of my local 4-H club. You know, I talk pretty articulate. I'm good in front of groups of people. Oh, it sounds like I'm echoing.
Lots of devices.
Lots of devices. But I was trained this way. I was mentored. Maybe this will help. I was trained this way. I worked corporate America. I interned in college. I had good mentors. I didn't have some fancy education. You know what I had? I had real world education. That's what I had. Real world education. Okay, so we're going along the back edge of the property. You can kind of see it panning around here. This is at the back edge. This will all back up along the trail. Yes, I have 4-wheel drive. Oop, oop. I go slow underneath those little pricklies. You need four-wheel drive out here. So, yeah, so I was trained by good people that built my confidence, taught me how to present, how to talk to people.
Oh, we lost our live.
We did.
On Instagram, you're going.
We lost the other live. It might pop back.
Yeah.
So, whoop. Here we go.
I gotta enter it again.
You want me to take something?
Here, hold this one.
Gotta make sure I find the right turn. Is this the right turn? Okay, I'll get out of here before it gets started. That didn't sound good.
Whoa,
Is that the fence on the edge? I'm not sure if this is the right turn.
we're back on.
Huh?
We're back on.
Is that the fence line? Oh, shit. Oh, wait. I guess I shouldn't say that live. Let me just double check. Hold on. Bear with me a second, folks. So they've been out here serving, and because they've been out here serving, they're messing with my trails and messing with my roads. So they're throwing me off with my, oh shit. Throwing me off with my paths. Bear with me. So yeah, so they've been out here surveying for the road, tearing crap apart, relocating some of our fences. So, you know, Bud is out here every day, but me, I don't get out here every day. So, it throws me off when they move stuff around. And sometimes the contractors don't take such great care. Okay, we're back on track. Okay. So, we're almost hanging in there, Monica.
Oh, yeah.
Isn't this fun?
Tons.
Oh my gosh. I can barely contain myself. It's so much fun. So that is the back entrance. And here we are. This is where where a road is going to go. And a future path that's going to have probably 7,000 cars a day. I know it doesn't look like it right now. And that is pretty darn frightening. I think 7,000 cars, that's frightening. Frightening. But you know, we navigated the best that we can. There's a new housing development just right over here to the right that is currently going up. You can see the construction right over here, just on the other side. It's a new housing development. Our neighbors over there. And if you've got some battery, I'm just gonna see there. There you go. There's the development. Our neighbors. Now, if we got some battery, I'm gonna lock up and I'm just gonna show you how close we are to town. So, bear with me while I lock up this gate, get us out of here, and I'll show you how close we are to town. Okay, give me a second to close that gate. So this is Bud's hood. There's that one. Okay, now we got one more. I wish I could show you the longhorn. So what I was starting to tell you before, he has this beautiful longhorn with these huge horns, rat, whatever. And about a couple months ago, when the contractors were here working, surveying, whatever, not my contractors, the ones that were hired by the city, they took down a fence and they didn't contain it. And the horses, everything got out. Well, the horses came back. The longhorn didn't. He's missing. So we thought that he would come back, but he didn't. So Bud's very, very upset. He's been looking for him. Now he's like watching the auctions and trying to see if he shows up at auction, but he's valuable because he's got these huge horns. So, okay, now I gotta open this gate. I'll be back. Rookie! Rookie! Trying to be fast, Monica! On this dead, this dead zone. On this dead, you may have to speed that portion up. Oh, God. Bud keeps trying to get me on a horse. You know, I got kicked when I was a kid off the horse.
I didn't know that.
Yes, I don't like horses. Can't be any slower. Okay, I'm just going to do a quick loop around, and then we'll wrap this baby up. So, y'all see these suits, this day in the life, fancy, fancy. Okay, that's 1%, right? Okay, maybe it's 5%. But there's a lot of this stuff that's dirty, it's hard work, it's sweaty, it's open gates, closing gates, getting on roofs, 100 degrees, hot on job sites. That's what you don't see because you're not out there physically filming or taking pictures of that part. You're showing all the good stuff. So That's a small percentage. So this is Broad Street, super busy street. That's why they're building the road that's going to connect. This is a park across the street. We're going to do a little viewing. And I'm going to show you where we are in relation to downtown. And we're going to wrap this show up. So this road up here is what's going to feed into the in the future downtown Fort Worth. It's going to connect. There'll be homes on the other side behind us, homes to the side of us, retail at the front of us. I've been over here almost 20 years, worked oil and gas over here, met a lot of the neighbors in the neighborhood, sat at their kitchen tables, know their families. It's where I cut my teeth over here, where I got started when I moved to Texas. Good people. So this is the property. See how long it is. It's all the extent. All of this frontage is going to be retail. Still going. Still going. Still going. Still going. All retail. Still going. This is all still the property. Still going. Okay, it's done. That's all the property. That's how big it is. And now up here, this is the dog park. All those cars over there, all those people. See all those lights? That's a brand new dog park. Brand new sidewalks. Little family here with the little kiddos. Then here up here, we're coming up to, we've got a dog in there. Up here, we're coming up to old downtown. And this downtown, like a lot of old downtowns, has experienced a revival. They've got an outdoor band, amphitheater, they've got restaurants, a brewery. So a lot of wonderful places. And this is where the trail will be extended from. So you can see here all the little outdoor places. So this is the old historic downtown. That's how close we are. So. Yeah. So. And just pulling it here. We got another little development here. And that, my friends, concludes today's tour. So, give us your feedback. Am I really dark? Give us your feedback. Do you like these? Are we echoey? Are we blurry? Is this information helpful? What can we do better? Are they too long? Give us some feedback. Thank you for your support. Invest in Dallas. Thank you. Good night.